Hey there, trusted fans. Today we're going to talk about what else? The metaverse. And I know. Nowadays you get pummeled every minute with articles and videos on transformative power of the virtual environment and how the metaverse will change the internet once again, this time for all and ever. And Zuckerberg this and Decentraland that, and how timely it is for you to spend some cash on a virtual plot of land or digital fashion or some metaverse tokens because they're about to shoot up 10x or stuff like that. And in fact, I encourage you to visit TRASTRA Twitter and check out some of the most glaring examples of the metaverse silliness CES 2022 had to offer. Kudos to Nima Ziami for putting it together. So you see, right now it's kind of mayhem, but if you manage to isolate the hype and begin to drill down to the metaverse core and really think about this fascinating concept, you discover something very, very exciting. So let's dive right in. So the term metaverse first appears in Neal Stephenson's 1992 novel Snow Crash, which follows the futuristic adventures of Hero, a pizza delivery driver for the mafia who moonlights as a hacker, immersed in what's described as a computer-generated universe that his computer is drawing onto his goggles and pumping into his earphones. The book has long been a Bible for the priests of high-tech. Stephenson is revered as a prophet credited for inventing the concepts of avatars and cryptocurrency in addition to the metaverse. Interestingly, Snow Crash was once a required reading for Facebook's management team, and Stephenson was befriended by Bezos and hired by the augmented reality company Magic Leap in 2014 to actually help build the metaverse. Of course, no such entity as metaverse exists today, just as no real product even approximates the rough idea drawn from Stephenson or William Gibson or Philip K. Dick, or having people, the idea of having people jacked into a virtual parallel reality with goggles or brain implants. But keep watching and you'll see that we're confidently moving in that direction. Ironically, these writers clearly meant to warn us off those dreams rather than inspire them. In Snow Crash, for example, is another cyberpunk stories, including 1995 Catherine Bigelow film Strange Days, that was a major box office bomb and almost derailed her career. The metaverse comes across as intrinsically dangerous. The book's title refers to a digital drug for denizens of the metaverse with harmful neurological effects that extend outside it. But whatever you think of the current craze, metaverse isn't going anywhere. With time, it will morph, adjust, adapt, fork, split into thousands of meta-galaxies, or simply get rebranded all over again. A year ago, nobody even talked about the idea of a metaverse, and now it's spreading across the cyberspace like wildfire. And who do we have to thank for rebooting the interest in a metaverse? Do I have to actually say it? Enters Zuckerberg's rebranding of Facebook into Meta. First was the splashy announcement in The Verge, courtesy of Zuckerberg himself. Facebook would no longer be a social media company. Instead, it would transition to a metaverse company. And in Zuck's words, this means building out an embodied internet where instead of just viewing content, you are in it. Then Zuck dropped by a CBS morning show to demonstrate Horizon workrooms where users would be embodied in sub-Sims quality avatars, not just viewing a dull virtual conference room, but in it. Then Facebook launched its partnership with Ray-Ban to sell a pair of not-so-private augmented reality sunglasses. Then came the news that Facebook was hiring 10,000 people in Europe to work on building the metaverse. Then finally, word came that Facebook would rebrand itself with a moniker that reflects its newfangled metaverse aspirations, and that name we now know is Meta. But there are plenty of other companies who are trying to just as hard to define the metaverse on their own terms. This means investing in the metaverse makes perfect sense, especially if you plan on going long. Just look at what's happening. Following Facebook's corporate rebrand to Meta, the Ethereum-based metaverse projects are reaping the benefits. Virtual concerts attract record audiences. Virtual real estate firms host global metafests, while plots of virtual land sell out in hours for millions. All kinds of interesting and not so much Artists are taking over the metaverse, making real money in a virtual environment. High-end designers are already selling virtual fashion, and tech giants like Sony, Apple, Lenovo, a whole bunch of them, even the long discarded HTC, and a host of others are making a big push for metaverse, building hardware and writing software for the next generation of gamers. Browser gaming is rapidly becoming a livelihood for people around the world. Many of the closest corollaries to a full-fledged metaverse are immersive games like Sandbox and Decentraland, which are Ethereum-based virtual world games in which players can purchase and customize land plots in a shared, perpetual online world. Such land plots, which are represented by NFT assets, of course, can also be monetized to provide passive income back to holders. There are dozens of other blockchain games like Sorare, Illuvium, Ultra, Fortnite, Minecraft, Roblox, Townstar, where players can socialize, shop, collect, and attend events in a virtual world. Social gaming platforms are easily raising hundreds of millions, with valuations shooting up to billions. Infinity has got 1.5 million people playing daily and ready to fork over hundreds of real dollars to raise Pokemon-like creatures on their PCs in the hopes of breeding a rare type that can earn high amounts of crypto. A significant number of young people are dropping out of the formal economy to farm Axies, invest in virtual land, or trade coins. Speaking of metaverse coins, Decentraland's Mana token and the Sandbox's Send token both hit all-time highs, continuing their recent surges. Mana tokens climbed 539% over the past 30 days, bringing investors year-to-date returns of over 4,000%, pushing Decentraland's market cap to $4.4 billion. Sand's 30-day jump is 747%. Year-to-date returns, over 16,000, almost 17,000%. Market cap, 5.6 bill. Infinity token, year-to-date returns, 18,000%. Market cap, 6.5 billion. Gala, 28,000%. Market cap, 3.5 bill. To paraphrase it in Twitter speak, the gig economy is tired, the leisure economy is wired. So as you can see, things are getting serious when sane people are willing to spend real dollars in virtual fashion, virtual real estate, virtual land, and pieces of crappy digital art. And it's damn serious when Facebook is spending billions of real dollars on metaverse projects just this year alone. That's why we at TRASTRA are preparing an aggressive plan to list the top TRC20 gaming tokens in 2022. In fact, we're working on what we call a rapid listing program, RLP, that would provide issuers with a well-optimized roadmap and a number of bespoke solutions for fast onboarding on TRASTRA. Bundled with such unique features of TRASTRA as IBAN in-out, crypto Visa card, and purchasing crypto for cash using regular bank cards, we're confident that in 2022, RLP will push TRASTRA into the global GameFi spotlight. COVID-19 pandemic policies like quarantine and social distancing have shifted the move to a digital-first society into hyperdrive. We've increasingly abandoned shared physical and public spaces for the bliss of hyper-reality and experiences mediated through screens. During the lockdown, average digital device usage increased by 5 hours a day, with heavy users glued to their devices for about 17.5 hours a day. Zoom now has 300 million users compared to just 10 million in December 2019. Google, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, the big four of the information economy, are all too big to fail now, just as top-tier banks and manufacturers were in the late 2000s. The surge in popularity of meme coins and cryptocurrency and NFTs hint that our economy is headed that way too, with Elon Musk able to make or break fortunes with a single tweet. In a very real sense, digital work, play, shopping, socialization and politics are already replacing rather than supplementing their physical world equivalents. And the borders between the virtual and real will continue to disappear whether you like it or not. Whether you're into crypto yet or have no idea what that is, your world is about to be virtualized beyond recognition. And the supernatural nature of the metaverse, where real world borders become far less relevant, could revolutionize the way that individuals perceive each other and interact with nation states. And that's just a tiny tip of the metaverse iceberg. And frankly, for now, the question, what the hell to do with all that, it remains largely unanswered. Let's just hope that the metaverse won't become too real just because it cannot be separated from reality. Let's hope that the constructed reality won't be rendered invisible and one day become a version of Windows, kind of like an operating system quietly running in the background, turning brains into mush, and the end of reality into the new end of history. Thank you for watching.